Imagine a world where most people farm, travel is slow, messages take weeks, and technology means a sturdy hammer. Now blink, because in a pretty short stretch of history, humans build machines, empires expand, wars turn global, economies crash, information goes digital, and the planet starts sending warning signals. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Book 3 of the Human History Project, From Industrialization to Climate Crisis. This year, we're going on a different journey through time, a deep dive into the last 400 years and the events that came together to lead to the world we live in today. You'll meet brilliant inventors, inspiring leaders, and everyday people who did revolutionary things that brought the pieces of the puzzle together, leading to the world we live in today. And by the time we finish, you'll have a better understanding of how our world came to be the way it is today, putting current events into context and having a clearer picture of your place in history. Before we get started, there are a few things you need to know. So let's get right to it. The Human History Project is a complete world history program with a global perspective, teaching you important events from history that put our present world into context. Throughout this course, you will not only learn about history, you will develop skills that you can use throughout all subject areas. If you've been with us on this journey since Book 1, some of this will sound familiar. As you study history, an important thing to keep in mind is that we have not yet discovered everything there is to discover. Until today, archaeologists continue to unearth artifacts that teach us completely new things, and experts continuously try to decipher languages that we do not yet understand. The biggest difference we see throughout Book 3 is that with more recent history, we have a large range of documented evidence, including photographs, a wide range of first-hand accounts, and more evidence gives us a more complete picture from multiple perspectives. While working on any of the Human History Project books, you will need to have access to a computer with an internet connection, and most importantly, you will need an atlas. Now, let's take a look at the structure of Book 3, From Industrialization to Climate Crisis. In this section of the video, we're going to look at the structure of this book and its chapters, the structure of your student workbook, topics you can expect to learn about this year, and common themes found throughout this book. Let's start with some icons that you can expect to see throughout the book. These icons let you know if there is a workbook activity to complete, a project, or other activities. You will find a reminder of what these mean in the introduction section of your workbook. Now, let's take a look at the structure of the course. From Industrialization to Climate Crisis includes 12 chapters and 3 extensions. Each chapter starts with an introduction activity and learning objectives. The learning objectives are what you can expect to learn throughout the chapter. Next, you will find a list of new vocabulary. Some vocabulary words are not used throughout the chapter, but you are expected to use them in your discussions and writing activities. Lessons include different learning activities, as well as videos and songs that can help deepen your understanding of topics and themes. As for the student workbook, it starts with the introduction, followed by chapters 1 to 12, a final revision guide, revision questions, and success criteria, as well as a glossary. Each chapter in the workbook starts with the chapter's learning objectives, followed by learning activities that correspond with the digital book. Each chapter ends with an end-of-chapter activity or a project. In some activities and most projects, you will be graded according to a rubric. A rubric shows you what an excellent, average, and poor assignment will look like in short descriptions for each category. Your teacher will explain these to you when you get to them. This book begins with the Industrial Revolution, a period that marked a shift from farming and small-scale production to mass production, urbanization, and factory smoke filling the air. The changes that happened during this period led to the rise of different social and economic ideologies that experts continue to discuss today. Next, we'll explore the age of imperialism, when many European countries competed to dominate different resource-rich regions, and we'll learn about the global history of slavery. Next, we'll step into a century of wars, starting with the U.S. Civil War, followed by World Wars I and II, and the Cold War. We'll learn about technological developments, civil rights movements, and how the role of women in society changed throughout the 20th century. We will travel east to learn about the modern history of the Middle East before learning about the digital age. And finally, we will wrap it all up with the events of the 21st century. As you move through this book, keep returning to 4 big questions. Who has power? How do they use it? And how do others resist? What changes fast, like technology, and what changes slowly, like rights and equality? How do economies, empires, and governments shape everyday life for regular people? When humans solve problems, what new problems do we accidentally create? History is basically the ultimate cause and effect machine, except the machine is made of humans, so it's messy. Along the way, you'll build the skills historians actually use. You'll practice analyzing cause and effect, not just what happened, but why it happened and what it led to. You'll work with evidence, including primary sources, asking, is this reliable? What's missing? You'll compare perspectives because the same event looks different depending on who you are and where you stand. And you'll connect past to present carefully. Not history repeats exactly, but humans create patterns, and sometimes we can learn from them. As you go through Book 3, keep a running timeline. This book moves fast, and a timeline is your map. Treat vocabulary words like tools, not trivia. Each word helps you explain something complicated. When you make a claim, back it with evidence. Even a simple "because" is a power move when it's true. You'll debate big ideas, create projects, work in teams, and make your own judgments about the events and people we study. And remember, you're allowed to be confused. History is complicated because humans are complicated. By the end of this book, you won't just know what happened. You'll be better at spotting patterns, judging evidence, and explaining how the modern world was built, step by step, choice by choice. Welcome to Book 3, From Industrialization to Climate Crisis. The story is unfinished, and you're living in the newest chapter. Let's begin our journey.